Let me tell you a strange truth about modern attraction. People don't fall for the ones who give them the world. They fall for the ones who make them wonder. The ones who are slightly out of reach. The ones who don't respond instantly. The ones who have a life so full, so rich, so self-driven, that you feel lucky just to be a small part of it. And here's the plot twist. You don't become attractive by chasing someone. You become attractive by becoming someone. This is the story of cold attraction. The art of being unavailable in a world obsessed with instant attention. It begins with a guy named Ethan. Ethan was the definition of too available. He answered texts within 2 seconds. He rearranged his whole schedule just to see her. He apologized before he even knew what he was apologizing for. He said yes to everything, even when it didn't align with his life. And what did he get in return? Confusion. Delays. Half-hearted replies. Interest that flickered on and off like a bad streetlight. He was doing everything right, yet everything felt wrong. And then one night, while talking to his older cousin, a guy who had survived enough heartbreaks to earn a PhD in emotional warfare, Ethan heard something that flipped his entire mindset. His cousin leaned back, smirked, and said, "You're too available, bro. You're giving her the whole empire before she even asked for a seat at the table." And Ethan laughed because the advice sounded toxic at first, manipulative even. But then his cousin added, "It's not about playing cold. It's about having a life so good that you don't need her to fill it." And that was the difference. Cold attraction wasn't about ignoring her. It wasn't about games. It wasn't about turning your heart into a block of ice. It was about something deeper, self-sufficiency. The kind of energy that says, "I want you, but I don't need you." That's the pulse of cold attraction, not distance, not silence, not attitude, but independence. The shift happened gradually. Ethan stopped waiting for her text like it was a paycheck. He went back to the gym. He started reading again. He reconnected with his friends. He worked late, not because he wanted to prove anything, but because his ambition finally had air to breathe. He wasn't acting unavailable. He was genuinely unavailable. He wasn't disappearing. He was living. And something strange happened. She started noticing him more. Suddenly, she asked why he hadn't texted back. Suddenly, she watched his stories more. Suddenly, she brought him up in group conversations. Suddenly, she wondered what was keeping him so busy. She didn't want to lose him. She wanted to understand him. Because here's the secret most people never hear. Human beings are drawn to mystery. Not emptiness, but fullness they cannot immediately access. People chase what feels rare. They desire what feels independent. They respect what feels grounded. Cold attraction works because it mirrors something powerful. You have standards. You have a path. You have a purpose bigger than romance. And people fall for that. They don't fall for availability. They fall for value. But here's the part most men misunderstand. Cold attraction isn't about making her insecure. It's not about silence as punishment. It's not about pretending you don't care. It's about this. You stop investing where you're not appreciated. You stop chasing validation. You stop rehearsing your worth in someone else's mind. You become unavailable because your energy is valuable and you finally realize it. The modern world is drowning in attention. Everyone is available. Everyone is online. Everyone is trying to impress someone. But the rare ones, the ones who aren't always reachable, the ones who have purpose, focus, drive, they stand out like skyscrapers in a flat landscape. Cold attraction isn't cold. It's controlled. It's the quiet confidence of someone who knows, "I choose where I place my heart." And eventually, Ethan understood the real power shift. It wasn't that she suddenly liked him more. It was that he started liking himself more. His boundaries sharpened. His self-confidence grew. His emotional clarity returned. He wasn't needy anymore. He was selective, and women noticed that. Everyone notices that. Because here's another truth. People fall for the one who signals they can walk away at any time. Not because they want to leave, but because their life is full enough that they could. Freedom is magnetic. Ambition is sexy. Purpose is irresistible. You don't attract by being cold. You attract by being complete. Let me say it plainly. Being unavailable doesn't make you irresistible. Being fulfilled does. People chase what they can't easily influence. People want what isn't desperate for them. People value what values itself. And when you're no longer waiting at the door, you become the door that others knock on. Cold attraction isn't a strategy, it's a transformation. A transformation where you stop asking, why don't they want me? And start asking, do I even want someone who doesn't choose me willingly? That's when the power returns. That's when love stops hurting. That's when attraction stops being random and starts being earned. Cold attraction works because it's not about them, it's about you. So here's your reminder. Don't dim your life to impress someone. Don't shrink your world to fit theirs. Don't give away your time like it's worthless. Build your world, protect your peace, guard your energy, grow yourself, and watch how the universe responds. Because when you become unavailable for nonsense, you become irresistible to everything that's real. That is the art of cold attraction.